show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. Bass in your face. Bass in your face.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or are watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions, but not everyone uses logic. So, for that reason, it is called Uncommon Sense. I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I also need to let everybody know that the subscriber mode has been enabled for 5 minutes. And what that means is if you're not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you need to be a subscriber for at least 5 minutes. As always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, regardless if you've been there from the beginning or just recently joined. I really appreciate all your love, warmth. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media, especially when it comes to Instagram and TikTok. Your continued support really touches my heart. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into devices and all those who watch from the clouds, even the haters. Okay. I also have another channel which is called Latino Diaspora, where I talk about issues regarding Latinos, particularly Latinos born and raised in the United States. Uh, If you go into the description, you'll see the link to go to my other channel. Also, you're going to see in the description, I need to go into Gigi's backup channel. She has a second channel, which will start the low contact, and she's going to be doing her streams through that channel. So I will ask if you have the opportunity to check out the channel and subscribe to it. Okay, so tonight we have another episode of Open Discussion. Now, in Open Discussion, what I'll do is I'll talk about multiple topics and I'll give you my opinion regarding each topic. Also, you will have the opportunity to opine as well. So that's how we're going to do it. Now, this week's schedule is a little skewed because after today, the next time I'll air any live content via a stream will be Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And then on Thursday, Eastern Standard Time, I will go live at 9:30 p.m. Okay. So there will be no Friday live stream because Friday I'll undergo my knee replacement surgery and so I'll be basically in recovery mode. Okay. So with that being said, we're going to get into a lot of topics. Now, the first topic we're going to talk about, which everyone's talking about, is the passing of Willie Mays. Now, for those of you who are not into baseball, Willie Mays was one of our best professional players. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. So tonight's episode is open discussion. Now, before I continue, usually I don't do 2 live streams in one day. I mean, the stream I did this one was basically more like just to give you my thoughts and things of that nature. So it got into a live stream that was very active. Really appreciate it. But for those of you who are not familiar, Willie Mays spent most of his professional career with the Giants. First, there was when they were in New York, they were known as the New York Giants, and then in 1957, they moved to San Francisco along with the Dodgers, working from Brooklyn to Los Angeles. At one time, New York had 3 professional baseball teams: the New York Yankees, the New York Giants, and the Brooklyn Dodgers. So unfortunately, Willie Mays passed away at the age of 91. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share a video. Just give me a moment. All right, let's see. Okay, just give me a moment because basically I don't know what. Okay, just bear with me, folks, because I'm trying to find. And my computer's like a little slow today. Well, this is new. It's Parkchester, so I have to deal with. Just give me a moment. Excuse me. Okay, here's the article. Just okay. Okay, let's try. Let's see if we can get this. So this is a news broadcast I'm going to share with you, and of course it's under free use. Just to give, I'm going to give my my critique. Okay, so now we should play the video.
Now to remembering the man who many say was the greatest player to ever grace a baseball field, Willie Mays, passing away at age 93. Will Reeves joined us now with more about this incredible career and legacy. Good morning, Will.
Good morning to you, Michael. His peers, baseball historians, and fans across generations agree Willie Mays was a singular figure in the story of baseball and thus the story of this country. The ultimate combination of speed and power, grace and joy. Willie Mays will be remembered forever.
Overnight, saying goodbye to the Say Hey Kid.
It's gone. It's a home run.
Willie Mays, one of the greatest baseball players to ever live, died Tuesday. Born in Alabama, Mays began his professional career as a teenager, starring for the Birmingham Black Barons of the Negro Leagues.
I had to stay in school, so I played Saturday and Sunday when school was in. When school was out, I would go on the road with them.
The day he graduated high school, he signed with the New York Giants, becoming just the 10th black player in Major League Baseball.
Number 24 in your program, number 1 in your heart. Willie Mays.
For the next 2 decades, his accomplishments staggering.
Willie Mays gets a great ovation from the crowd.
2 MVP awards, 24 All-Star games. His first hit, a home run. He would hit 660 of them in his career.
2-0 delivery, and Mays sends another one. It's going far up into the center field bleachers.
And in 1954, he won a World Series championship, punctuated by perhaps the most famous play in baseball history.
There's a long drive, way back in center field, way back, it is gone.
Known for eternity as The Catch. Mays missed nearly 2 full seasons at the beginning of his career when he was drafted into the Army during the Korean War. Years later, Mays returned to New York to finish his career with the New York Mets.
It's difficult right now to even try to explain to you how much I love baseball and how much baseball means to me. I think we had what you call a love affair.
He was known for his all-around brilliance and the joy he showed in playing
Mays hits it in the left field. There goes number 3000.
and brought to fans who came to see him.
Every time I went on the field, I enjoyed what I was doing. I gave everything I had.
In 1979, Mays was inducted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. Major League Baseball later naming the World Series MVP award after Mays. Overnight, the Giants chairman saying Mays had a profound influence, not only on the game of baseball, but on the fabric of America.
As we remember Willie Mays.
Ballparks across the country pausing to pay tribute to Mays, including Rickwood Field in Birmingham, where it all began.
We will always cherish the memory and life of the great Willie Mays.
Willie Mays was 93 years old.
And
Okay. Just give me a moment. Yes, I said I echo those sentiments. Rest in peace, Willie Mays. Yeah, you know what? This is the thing that makes it so amazing. That he grew up in the South in the midst of segregation and things of that nature, and being called so many ethnic slurs, okay? And he served 2 years in the military. So he's a veteran. So as a fact, if he didn't have to serve those 2 years, he would have easily gotten approximately 700 home runs. But the fact of the matter is, he was a unique individual, loved by many, okay? And his achievements, I mean, it's amazing. 24 World Star appearances, two MVP awards, an MVP winner for the Giants in 1954. That speaks a lot about him, and it speaks a lot about his character. And I just want to personally relay my condolences for his loss. But he lived to be 93 years old. So as you can see, he had a long, very life full of many achievements. And of course, he had to deal with many struggles. So the next thing I'm going to be talking about, and I discussed it on my earlier stream, in case you didn't catch it, how about that? I completed all my pre-op work. I also got additional medication, which I'm going to need. One of them is oxycodone. I also underwent a class to prepare me what I'm going to face when I have surgery. I already know what's going to happen. First of all, I'm going to get a phone call to report 2 hours before the procedure. Once I get there, I'll go check in, and then they'll ask me the same question multiple times. What is my name? Jose Negron. Why am I here? I'm here for a revised knee replacement. Which knee? The left knee. So I'm gonna get that question like multiple times, and of course I cannot be upset because supposedly they're doing this as a safety check to make sure they don't operate on the long knee. Okay. So as a result of this procedure, I'll be out of work for 2 months. I'll be spending a good portion of that time in rehab. Okay, nervous is more. Yeah, it's really starting to hit reality right now. And when I went to church, this morning, of course, it talked about certain hymns that talk about being not afraid because I go before you, and then it kind of like made me, misty eye and what have you. The good thing is I've been through this before, so there's really not going to be anything new. Okay, I knew about all this, and plus of course I do a lot of research because I always do a lot of research regarding any major procedure, and of course with any major procedure there's risk. There's risk of infection. There's risk of blood clots. There even a small risk of death. Okay, so it is what it is. The next thing I'm going to be talking about is, of course, we have our mixed race soap opera. Okay, which tends to calm down and then get heated up again. Um, and we all know who are the same culprits who create the trauma in the soap opera. I'm not going to mention anybody's names because I think we all know who they are. Okay, it's just that unfortunately, they can't seem to get by without creating some trauma. And it's usually the same people who they lash out on. Gigi and Multi, what a surprise. Okay, and look, the fact of the matter is this, and I said this on one of my streams last week. When it comes to these two ladies, yeah, you love them or you hate them. It is that simple. Okay, but to continue to paint the narrative that they hate men, they're doxing people, and that they just come to create trauma. No. Okay. Yes, come on, let's hit that like, please. So I have known Gigi and Multi for over 2 years. They don't hate men. They are passionate. They're going to express their opinions, okay? And they're two of the most realest people on the platform. I said this before, and I'm going to keep saying it again. If people don't like it, well, that's their problem. So let's talk about the schedule for this week and next week. It's like I said before, it's going to be a little bit skewed. I'm not gonna lie. Tuesday, I'm gonna be working, and I'm working as an election worker. So that's why. And it's why. And those of you who work in elections, whether it be in your city or town, I have to be in by 5 o'clock in the morning to work at 9 o'clock at night. There's no way I'm gonna come home at 10 o'clock, whatever, and do a live stream. No. So the next time I go on the air, or a live stream will be Wednesday at 9 o'clock, which the topic will be how to prepare for surgery, something that's relevant, especially as far as I'm concerned. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to give you, based on my personal experiences, what you need to do to prepare for surgery. Okay. And Thursday at 9:30 p.m., I will do another stream talking about the humorous moments on my YouTube channel. Okay, so it's a chance to laugh, and particularly considering the next day is the day I go on to the night, so to speak. Now, next week's schedule, it's going to be okay. It will probably be Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday night, or at 9:30 p.m. What topics I'm going to be talking about? I don't know. Obviously, I'll be planning something interesting. Okay. Of course, I'll do my research whenever topics that are necessary. Okay. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is Trump.
Your phone? Ringing it is. Press the button you must. And
Excuse
fulfill
me.
your destiny.
I'm sorry. Just give me a moment. I'm sorry, that was my sister calling me. So now in 2 weeks, of course, we're gonna find out. Sorry, I don't usually text. It's a lot. Just give me a moment. So, as I stated before, Donald Trump was found guilty of all charges. Okay, but let's keep this real. Basically, the issue. Okay, what happened with Trump is that he had an illicit affair with a porn star, and he tried to hide it. Okay. Now, of course, there's a lot of speculation behind what's going to happen to him. Is he going to do jail time? If he's going to do jail time, how? This is what I think is going to. I truly think is going to happen. He's going to be placed under house arrest with an ankle monitor because if they put Donald Trump in a prison cell, it's going to be a logistical nightmare with the Secret Service, because the fact of the matter is, as an ex-president, yeah, they're going to have a. I'm going to get to that, Irby, because look, the fact of the matter is, he's entitled to Secret Service for the rest of his life. Okay, and part of that Secret Service is they're going to be armed. If he's sent to a prison cell, it's going to cause a huge problem because men cannot carry weapons into a cell. But in the case of the Secret Service personnel, they have to carry weapons to protect the man. Okay, regardless of how you might personally think about Donald Trump, he was the president of the United States, and he is entitled to Secret Service protection due to President Obama. It is what it is. So I really don't think he's going to end up prison time. Now, one thing they might want to think about doing is making changes where if an ex-president was found guilty of crimes, that perhaps that Secret Service protection be removed. I don't know how. Okay, and I know that there is a lot of controversy because you have a lot of people who support Donald Trump. Yeah, that too. And I'm going to be perfectly honest. 34 charges, basically because he had an affair with a porn star and then tried to hide it. That's a lot. But the state proved its case. And remind you, he has a total of 91 felonies charged against him. So we have to wait and see how things go. And of course, Irby was alluding to that the first date is this Thursday, I believe. I'm going to give you my personal opinion. I'm not really looking forward to it because, first of all, it's going to get messy, and I'm sure what's going to happen is Trump is going to bring up Hunter Biden, and of course, Biden's going to bring up the fact that he was a convicted, he was convicted of 34 charges, and plus his involvement in the January 6th insurrection. So it's going to get very messy very quickly. Okay, so I mean, if you are into two grown men arguing, then you're probably going to enjoy this. But not everyone will. I mean, it's basically it's going to become fodder for the social media, which I've labored this debate, the battle of the grumpy old man. Okay, on the one hand, you have Joe Biden, who is 81 years old, who's getting slow as molasses. There have been concerns that maybe he's having dementia. Yeah, it is, but you know what? You get what you get what you get what you vote for. The people voted for these two. That's what you're gonna get. Okay, and so, and then you have Donald Trump, who's 78 years old, and if you take a look at him now compared to what he was in 2015, is a big difference. There are many health aspects that believe that Donald Trump is losing cognitive control. They're saying he may be suffering from Alzheimer's. I mean, constantly repeating the same thing over and over again. And there have been times where his speech has been slurred, not audible, and of course, he lies a lot. I mean, all politicians lie, but if lying was an Olympic event, Donald Trump would win the gold medal hands down. That's my opinion. I know there are people who love Donald Trump. Well, that's fine with me. I mean, and I've said this before, and I'm just keep saying it again. No one over 60 should be running for political office, and I mean it. Okay. And in the case of Joe Biden, he's been in politics for over 50 years. Just to give you an idea, ever since I was a kid. And Donald Trump, well, prior to 2020, he was at best a so-so person. Okay, and I'm not talking about his mean tweets. I am not talking about some of the slander or whatever. It's just that he was not okay. The good thing about Donald Trump is we didn't get involved in any armed conflict. That's about the only thing I can say. But, to each one's own, okay? This is not an echo chamber, so we're going to continue. Now, during my time where I'm going to be recovering, I will be developing new topics to discuss. And so I'm going to be doing a little bit of brainstorming, okay? Because you do try to make some discussions. One of the things I have thought about doing is devoting a topic to mulattoes. That's a group of the mixed race community that has been, in my opinion, misunderstood for a long time. And there's a lot of myths regarding mulattoes. And some people think that the term mulatto is a bad word. I don't. Okay. Look, let's keep it clear. A mulatto is the offspring of a white parent and a black parent. That's what a mulatto is. Okay? And mulatto has been a term that we have used in this country for a long time. Now there's a concerted effort to try to bring it back, in the census. Okay? And mulattoes, they have their own history. The problem is not everyone is fully aware. Okay? A lot of people are not comfortable with the term mulatto. Okay. If you speak to mulattoes, to many mulattoes, they will disagree with it. Okay, and this is how I see it. Okay, that's what. Okay, I understand that, but for reasons best explained by the mulattoes, many of them have decided to adopt the term. But before I do that, I do plan to do a great deal of research, so at least I can sound somewhat intelligent. Okay. Okay. There are different groups of biracials. I'm not too crazy about the term because basically it lumps everybody together. Okay, so you have NGMs, you have MLS, you have Blasian, you also have mulattoes, golden spear. I don't know if that still exists, the term. You have Afro-European, and you have multiple sub names for these individuals. So, and then of course, each different community is fighting for their own personal identification, for their own recognition, and there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I don't have a problem if people wish to address themselves as mulattoes. I think to automatically assume that mulatto is a defensive term when you haven't even had the courtesy of speaking with a mulatto and get that mulatto's opinion. That's being a little off-putting, so to speak. And I think, and I actually, in one of Mulatto Vanguard's comments on videos, I actually put this comment, which is, the term mulatto only means the person who's an offspring of a European parent and an African parent. That's all. Okay? And that people should do their research and talk about this subgroup before they come up to whatever basic conclusions. Good evening, Georgia. You're quite welcome. And of course, let me just remind you that Georgia has this channel where it loads a lot of positive, family-oriented content. So I'm just going to ask that you show some love and subscribe to his channel. Just give me a moment. So let me just, okay, let's see. You know what? That I do not know. Okay. I don't know if mulattoes will accept me because, see, the difference is I identify as Latino. No shade towards the mulattoes. I identify as Latino. So, but I'm sure if we approach the topic, we'll have some comments regarding that. Okay. See, when we have the discussion regarding mulattoes, any mulattoes do hop on the stream, there'll be certain questions that need to be asked. Okay. One of the questions is who you consider mulatto and who don't. Yes. That could, Okay, so that's a good question, Georgia. I really would not know. And look, you know what? I'm sure that is the case. Okay? And this is the thing that we all have to understand and appreciate. Everyone has the right to self-identify as they see fit. And who are us to say otherwise? Okay? Now it gets a little weird if a dude was a male and then all of a sudden wants to identify as a female. even though they have the heart of a male. That's why it gets a little, Good evening, Blazing King. Long time no see. Actually, the name is Jose. Okay. As you can see here. Thank you very much. You've been away for a long time. Okay. But the whole thing is this. Everyone should be able to self-identify as they see fit. Okay. So if a person comes to me and says that they're Creole, I'm going to say that they're Creole. If a person tells me that they're MGM, I'm going to say that they're MGM. If a person comes to me and says that they're Golden Spear, they're Golden Spear. If another person says that they're Mulatto, guess what? I'm going to call them Mulatto. Okay. I'm not going to parcel out who is what. Okay. Because I don't want people to trying to identify for me. Okay. I know who I am. I am a male and I'm a Latino. Okay. And Blazing King, he's Blasian, which he's the offspring of an Asian parent and a Jamaican parent. Blazing, if I'm in error, please correct me. So, and before I continue, let me just state that the link to join the panel has been pinned. If anyone wishes to join the panel, they may do so. Okay, but again, I always gotta state this: if I never seen you before, I've never heard of you before, I will insist that you come up in the backstage for the following reason. I don't want anyone to come and show me anything inappropriate, which will cause the good people of YouTube to take down the stream. So unfortunately, I got to do this because we got some weirdos who have nothing better to do but show genitalia. Okay, I guess they have a penis fetish. I don't know, and I don't care. So we're gonna go into. Let's see here. Okay, well, I don't know what's going on. Now, the next, of course, my path for my recovery. Okay, basically, yeah, you know what, Blasian, I have spoken to Tiger about it as well, and basically, what I said is that everyone has a right to practice whatever religious views that they wish. Okay. Now, you just happen to have religious beliefs which are different from me and the people that I know. But it does not take away the fact that you have the right to practice whatever beliefs you have. Okay. And I think part of the problem. Okay, now let's see what's going on. Okay. Oh, geez. Dinner. Question: what are you in the mood for? I mean, you can do Italian, you can do Chinese, you can do Mexican. I would even begin to guess what to suggest. Okay. But getting back to the topic now, multiple recovery. For those who are just tuning in now, this is open discussion, so I'm just talking about multiple topics. So right now we start out with the passing of Willie Mays, who passed away at 93, not 91. So I stand corrected. Now, okay, I will be in the hospital. No, it's okay. Sometimes we like, it just shows that you like a lot of things and you're not sure what you want. So what's going to happen is of course I'll undergo surgery. The procedure will probably last for around 2 hours. Okay. Yeah, I get it. Some of the so-called Christians, they try to force people to embrace Christianity, and that's something that we should never done. I cannot speak for the Muslims because I'm not Muslim, so um, okay. And I think Georgia said it very well. How you wish to live your life, how whatever religious practices you have. I mean, I don't know about it, but I'll respect it nevertheless. But getting back to the topic, I will be after I have the procedure done. I'll be put in a room to be covered, come out the anesthesia. Once they have a room, I'll be wheeled into my room. They'll give me a device to make sure that I'm breathing properly. They'll put me on oxygen. They'll put a tube in my penis. They'll make sure that I'm able to urinate and things of that nature. There's going to be something to catch, um, make sure that I, catch whatever drainage from the blood. It'll be, I'll be taking a whole body medication. I'll be on oxycodone. Every so often, they'll come in, they'll take my blood pressure, they'll take my blood sugar, on and on and on and on. And I'm going to have a difficult time trying to sleep because I'm going to be sleeping on my back, which is not exactly the most comfortable thing to do, but hey, I got to do. And of course, if I get the procedure done in the morning, you can rest assured I'm going to be up around walking with assistance. I will be under full risk, meaning that under no circumstances I am to try to get out of bed without assistance. Well, I mean, that's something, that's something that I already know about. And I think Irving made a good point. Everyone has a right of freedom of religion or freedom from religion as long as you're not bothering anyone. Exactly. Exactly. So I'll be in the hospital for 3 days, and then I will be discharged home, where I will get someone to do physical therapy, someone to do occupational therapy. They'll probably send a nurse to check the room and make sure everything's okay. And here's an interesting point, which is true. Now, a dear friend of mine suggested that I get into Christian topics. Okay. I'm gonna be honest. I have been at times hesitant to get into that topic because, first of all, even though I'm a Christian, this is not a Christian channel. So when I do get into those topics, I try to come across as this is the definition, and this is what I believe. Okay, well, you know what, Blasian, that's a question only Irby can decide. As I am a Christian, so I happen to believe in a Jewish carpenter called Jesus of Nazareth. So, but I respect the religious beliefs. So when I do talk about Christian topics, this is the way I'll discuss it. I will give a clear definition, and I'll give you my personal interpretation why I believe it. Okay. Okay. No, it's okay. He didn't know, and and I'm sure Blasian did it. He didn't do it on the way he knows about it. I think he was trying to be helpful. Okay, that's how I see it. So, getting back. So when I do talk about Christian topics, I try to be mindful of the fact that not all my audience is Christian. So therefore, I do have to explain myself, but I don't want to explain myself to the extent that I don't think that my audience is intelligent. It's just that I do have to acknowledge the fact that there are people who watch my content who are not Christian. So therefore, I have to give some sort of an explanation, um, to make it, to make it clear. That's something I will continue to do that. Okay, and I'm not trying to force anyone to accept Christianity, but it is a part of me, nevertheless. So I will be spending the next 2 months in recovery, doing exercises, working on the knee. I'll be walking around for the first maybe 2 to 3 weeks. I will be using a walker. Then I'll get to the point where I will use a cane. And then eventually I'll get to the point when I'll be able to walk normally. Okay. One of the things I'm not going to be able to do is kneeling, but then again, I didn't do much kneeling to begin with. Running is definitely out of the question because it's not a real, because it's what it, let me put it this way. I want these knee implants to last as long as possible. Meaning you're not going to run, you're not going to do it, you're not going to go crazy, you're not going to try to gain weight because it can cause the devices to get loose. And of course, there are risks involved with a knee replacement. First of all, there is the risk of infection, and of course, good evening, DD Juju. Thank you very much for stopping by. I love your avatar, okay? And of course, time to take a commercial. My friend DD Juju and Deshu King, they both have their channels. So what I'm going to ask you to do, if you have not done so, please check out their content and subscribe. So tonight we're discussing open discussion. So we're talking about a lot of things, and of course the audience, they can they can opine as well. I believe that. And good evening, Tiger Jaw. Thank you very much for stopping by. You're quite welcome. Look, you're quite welcome. And this is the one thing that I truly believe. When it comes to small content creators like ourselves, we need to do what we can to support each other and help each other out in any way possible. Now, in all fairness, I know you do your streams late because you don't want to compete with other people. It's just that it gets a little bit of a challenge at times. So most of the time I'm catching it on the playback. But I will be out for 2 months. Right now, I'm in the process of trying to get meals delivered to my apartment through Meals on Wheels, because I know for the first 2 weeks, I'm not going to be able to do much. I'm going to be limited. I already arranged, like as far as the items that I need to make sure that they're within hands reach. I don't have to bend over and things of that nature. So it's really nothing. Now the next thing I'm going to be talking about is not the circus, be the circus. Now let me explain to those who what I mean by that. I am referring to those content creators who like to cause trauma. Okay. And of course, they have their non-stop beefs with certain YouTube creators. Okay. I guess for them, the only way that they can get people to watch their content is to create conflict. and to try to spread a negative narrative regarding people based on, I don't know, whatever perceptions that they try to raise. Okay. Now, of course, uh, okay, let's see, guys, let's see if we can get along, okay? Let's see if we can get along. There's no reason to get anywhere, okay? Okay. This this is a chill platform, okay? We're allowed to express our point of views, but we have to have mutual respect for each other. Okay. Come on, guys. Let's just see if we can get a string going without going back and forth with the usual um whatever. So, and of course, I have not been spared this whole situation regarding the circus. In fact, I have been removed from two people's. No, come on, see, did you do? We don't need this. This is not okay. This is not. It is not that junk. There will be times for us for other topics, or for something like that, but not here, not tonight. Okay, tonight it's basically a chill. It's a chill. Okay, it's a chill. We got to chill. And we got just going to talk. Okay. Thank you very much, DT Juju. I really appreciate it. So, so you have these YouTube creators. I'm not going to mention anybody's names. Okay, okay. Look, I'm going to address the both of you, Tiger Jaw and Blaze. I'm going to ask you, if you cannot speak to each other in a civil tongue, then speak with the other people. Okay, you got Irby in the chat, you got DT Chuchu in the chat, you have Giorgio in the chat. Okay, so if you two are unable to have a civil discussion, kindly refrain from talking to each other. Okay, because really, I don't want to have to time people out. That's not my way. I don't like to do it. It's just that, look, I get it. Not everyone's going to get along with everybody, but let's try to keep it cordial. Okay. And frankly, I'm too old for this. And this is part of what I've seen, where YouTube creators, what they'll do is they'll create videos attacking certain, and usually it's the same narrative. If it's directed towards the women, it's usually because they're a bunch of baby mamas and that they're dox people and things of that nature. Okay, and other accusations which are false. Okay. Now, one thing that I've said before, and I'm going to keep saying it again, especially during right now, if you cannot say anything positive about a person, don't say anything at all. Okay. And of course, the circus have taken their shots at me. Okay. I have had creators accuse me of being racist. First of all, if you take a look at the chat, you have different people all the time. You have different people all the time. You have one Creole, you have one MGM, you have Tiger. I don't know what you. I mean, you are who you are. We have Blasian King, who's Blasian, and then we have the Juju, who is part Cuban and part Dominican. Okay. And if you take a look at my mods, it's a little United Nations. I got Latinos, I got Black people, I got mixed people. Okay, I don't know if I have a mod that's part of the LGBTQ community, but if so, whatever. Okay, I mean, I'm not going to police who they love or whatever. So, and this is the thing. If you want to go on and carry out your war words with certain YouTube creators on your platform, knock yourself out. Do it to your heart's content. Just do not bring your trauma here on this platform. Okay. First of all, I don't want to get involved in that politics. Number one. Number two, I don't want people that attacking other people who are in the chat or on my panel, because these are my guests, okay? And I value their input. I value their presence. I don't want people to be taking pot shots at anyone that's on the chat or anyone that's on the panel. It is not cool, okay? If I have to time people out, guess what? I'm going to time people out. If I have to block people, I'm going to block people. Even if I have to remove wrenches, I'll do that, okay? I don't like doing all that. But, it's just that I have to do what I can to make sure that people have mutual respect for people, okay? And again, you can go ahead and you can say that this YouTube creator is anything but a child of God, okay? Now I see we have a guest. So let me just state for the record that the views of those who appear on the panel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views that people might speak may be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. And now we're going to bring in my guest. Good evening, Irby.
Hey, what's up?
How you doing? I didn't think I would have a little conflict over here between Tiger Jaw and Blazing King.
I know. I guess it's I cannot say Golden. I don't know about what is Tiger, but it's still the circus.
But actually, he said he's Haitian and sub-Sudanese. It's basically the circus is alive and unwell.
Y'all need to chill. Y'all know me. I like to troll and talk shit about people all the time on these YouTube streams. So y'all just need to chill. If my ops can show up right now as we speak and I won't say shit to them, y'all can do the same.
Yeah. And this is and this is the thing. Look, I try to maintain a certain environment when people can express their point of views. And I know at times there have been where some people had a couple issues with certain people that appear on my panel. But this is the thing that I wish people would understand. As long as people are being respectable, they want to hop on, fine.
Yeah. Y'all can disagree without being disrespectful.
Exactly. That's the key. Okay. And what's funny, because Zacharias tried to call me to test for having Malala Vanguard on my panel. Okay. But what he failed to take into consideration, Malala Vanguard, as much as he had, and the people that do not like him, he was very respectful towards me on my platform.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, but I call the circus a circus because some of these people acting like a bunch of clowns. And when you think about it, they're it's like a bad rerun that should have been canceled a long time ago.
Bad sequels they keep making.
And that's the thing. Okay, look, I get it. There's some people, they have beefs with certain YouTube creators. I get it. Okay. And of course, I have been affected because I have been removed from two people's Discord page. Why? because I happen to make the unpardonable sin of liking people they can't stand.
See you. I ain't never been on Discord. People just when they see me, they just try to ostracize me, which I don't really care. So
Good evening, Luca. I don't know. Okay, I don't know what happened to Zacharias. I don't know if he actually did pass away. I don't know. That's no way. And of course, I'm not letting him on my platform so they can get into his 5-hour tirade that I'm a racist. Okay.
really, you're a racist, Jose.
Yeah. Take a look at my chat. Okay. You have a little bit. You literally have United Nations on my chat. But yeah, I'm racist. And if you take a look at my mods, again, I got a little bit of everything. Okay. About the only person I don't have is someone from the LGBTQ community. And if that person becomes a mod, no big deal.
Yep.
So what's your thought of it regarding, do you have anything that's on your mind?
Oh, yeah. You know, there's a lot of things, a lot of places going bankrupt these days.
Yeah, you know what? I think part of the reason is the rent. I mean, it's gone up quite a bit, especially during the since the pandemic and things of that nature. So there are a lot of factors to why the businesses are going bankrupt, and of course,
AI is one of them.
yes. Okay, you know what? I agree. Look, when it comes to sacrifice, let's keep it perfectly clear. I'm not as the therapist, but he has issues. He has issues. Okay, and this is not meant to be a put down, but he has made certain choices regarding confronting certain people. He got on Fighter Complex's 7th channel and he started going on with Fighter and some of the people that he had in his panel. We all know about him spazzing out here on this platform, call me a racist, okay? But yet, he never produced any evidence to verify his case. And furthermore, he never recanted his statement.
He's still around. I haven't seen him in a while.
You know what? I guess Don Armando would know more regarding what's happening to him because he talks with him. My understanding, they're good friends. Okay, that's fine. I don't have the patience to deal with him, particularly now that I'm going through a major procedure. The last thing I need is, someone to try to push my buttons, particularly when my anxiety is going through the roof. So, but hey ho, I mean, he is what he is. I gotta admit, when he tried to invade this stream regarding the Shao Pan 2 years ago, that was one of the funniest streams that we ever did. So, what do you think about the debate that's going to happen this week between Donald Trump and Joe? Huh?
It's gonna be entertaining, but it's also gonna be a little sad that that's what's gonna have running for president.
Well,
it's gonna be good it's gonna be a good SNL sketch.
Oh, sure. You know, SNL is going to be doing skits about this for a long time. I mean, but let's keep it real. There's a good possibility that either one of these two who does get elected may end up dying in office because of old age.
You'll have the vice president. You'll have Kamala or whoever Trump picks.
Oh God, could you imagine calling Kamala Harris, President Harris? I mean, sheesh, that's almost enough. That's almost enough to make me defect. I mean, I'm sorry, Lord forgive me, but I mean, she has the intellectual power of a Canon shaving cream. But
She's not popular. Nobody really likes her.
no, exactly. Look, I think we are going to have a woman who will become president. The problem is she's going to undergo a great deal of pressure. Okay, and of course there's going to be a lot of sick jokes, particularly when she's going through menopause and change and things of that nature. And let me tell you something: women go through a lot when they go through menopause because they go through hot flashes and things of it. And sometimes if it affects their mind, DT Juju, if I'm saying anything that's out of pocket, please let me know because I'm not a doctor and obviously I'm not female. But I can say this much that women entering into menopause, they go through a lot. Okay. And when I think for the men in their lives, they just need to be a little bit patient with these ladies once they experience menopause. Okay, because they're going through a difficult time where they're no longer able to conceive, which for some women might be a blessing in disguise. I don't know. So,
Yep.
but as far as the circus is concerned, okay. Yeah,
Yeah, we know that, Malaysia.
we do. We are aware of that. I mean, I guess she'll be definitely considered. Yeah, she is Galatian. I mean, I never considered that, but yeah, she is Galatian. I just wish that she was more likable. But we can't have everything. Look who we have. Look who we have running for president. We have an 81 years old that may die. That most likely is going to die in office. And then we have another guy who's 78 years old who's out of shape and who thinks that he's the sexiest man alive. Talking about delusion and things of that nature. But
We're going to be on probation.
what's gonna happen to Donald Trump? He's going to be placed on the house arrest. Could you imagine if he has to go to prison and then the Secret Service got to go with him and they cannot carry their weapons?
That's why he's not going to go to prison.
No. I mean, look. People talk about his mean tweets. I'm not concerned about his mean tweets. What I'm concerned about is either two of these men, do they have the cognitive power to be an effective president for the next 4 years?
Well, you got to choose between one, Jose. That's the only two left.
I know, and Luca is making a good point. Mitch McConnell, he's not a falso. Okay. Look, I know for a fact as I get older, my body is not going to function as it used to do. Okay, it will start to slow down. Okay. Well, you know what, Blasian? Everyone has the right to self-identify as they see fit. Okay. And
She's not really cool with her father like that, Malaysia. That's why. Father was never really in her life. So she leans towards more her mother's side than her father's side. You get that a lot with mixed race people.
Well, let me tell you something. The fact about it is when mixed race people in general, they have their own unique challenges that they face. One of them is self-identity, what have you. And then you have people who are totally ignorant who say, well, you are who you are, you're not what you say you are. And of course, they come up with a lot of negative jargon for these people.
Mm-hmm.
So, and of course, I am not going to mention it because I'm not going to offend it. We all, I mean,
Well,
mixed
that's why
race
that's why you see some of the craziness in the species. Obviously, there's something is in the water. Somebody parent wasn't right. Somebody parent wasn't around.
it could, you know what? It could be. It could be. I really don't know. I don't have the time to study into their psyche and try to figure out how they came into being. Okay, I have said this before, and I'm going to say it again. If it was left up to me, anyone who wants to get on YouTube and have a channel, they will have to undergo a psychological evaluation. You did that, you eliminate a good portion of the circus.
You know that's not gonna happen, Jose, anytime soon. Probably not.
I know, but you know what? That would be my criteria. Of course, if nothing else, YouTube is more or less a safe space for people to be crazy.
Exactly.
And of course, don't forget, another person actually compared me to Hitler. And why? Because I actually said the terrible thing, which is, if you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. So obviously, I'm Hitler.
Oh man, I know who you're talking about. This person tags me every fucking day.
This person's attacking me as well. I mean, it's like, first of all, your channel has been deleted or privated twice. Okay, so instead of carrying on your usual wars against feminists and lesbians, try to come up with content about your community. No, and you know what? Irby, I'm sorry, Blasian. I don't want to mention his name, even though he's probably going to tag me like 55 million times. I would say he's from Canada. He's an individual that our friend Gigi and Multi had issues with. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, you're no good agent.
But yeah, he actually said I was Hitler. Again, take a look at the people that's in my chat. Take a look at the people who are my mods. Really?
Mm-hmm. Well, Jose, we've been called a lot of names. You know, I've been called a lot of names out here
Oh,
too.
that's right. You've been called a simp because you support Gigi and Multi. I've been called an old, lonely, senile white guy. Okay? Except I'm not white, no offense. I'm definitely not lonely. Okay? I have a girlfriend, so it's like, excuse me. And unlike some of these these would-be people that try to become the ringleader of the circus, I actually have a life. Okay, my life is not YouTube. I'm here on YouTube for entertainment and also to share my thoughts and views. And hopefully I'll get to the point when I start to make a little money off of it. Okay? But as far as that, people going on with this YouTube politics, and basically that if you are being nice to my enemy, you're my enemy. And it's like, really? Really? It is not that serious. It is not that serious, folks. And again, if you cannot say anything nice about a person, don't say anything at all. And just go on your merry way, do your own content. Okay? And again, I said this before, if you want to go on your platform and you want to call If you want to call Gigi this or Multi that, you want to call you a simp or whatever on your own platform, go to it and have fun. But do not bring your crap business on my platform. People call me a self-hate because I don't clean my platform. I find it hard to believe because if that was the case, you wouldn't identify it with Blasian because Blasian is the offspring of a Black person and an Asian person. So again, people love to paint narratives regarding certain people that they don't know anything about, that they never met before, and what have you. Oh, Creole Chief changed his name.
Oh yeah, I saw it.
Their future is fraud.
Yeah, they got something going on over there. They're trolling and attacking each other.
You know, all I can say to these two blessed hearts, I think they deserve each other. Really. I mean, look, I have
It's
no.
almost,
Go ahead.
it almost
See,
seems to me it almost look like there's some romantic shit going on the way they trolling each other out there.
You know what?
But then again, it's not my business, not my problem. I'm just sitting here with my popcorn looking.
And look, I have no problem with the future is fraud. But it's like, you know, concentrate on producing content and just leave it like that. Good evening, Don Armando. Thank you very much for stopping by. And of course,
What's
Don
up,
Armando
Don?
has his channel, so please check out his content. No, this is another episode of Open Discussion. So basically, we're just talking whatever's on our minds and things of that nature. So now we're talking about the circus and how people are going around trashing certain YouTube creators and saying they're calling them everything but a child of God. And of course, we all know that Gigi and Multi has been through the ringer and then some.
Yep.
But claiming that they're doxing people, excuse me, no. And this narrative. Let's see what's going on. You know what? This is another example of circus-like behavior. Okay. Now, I wish that some of these. I wish these people will actually get the therapy to deal with whatever issues that they have that causing them to act this way. I don't know. Maybe they were not. There was mistreated, misused. Maybe they have identity issues, or maybe they suffer from low self-esteem, and this is the only way that they feel good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm gonna explain it to you this way, Blasian. Mulatto, all it means that someone who's the offspring of a Black person and a white person. That's all it means. That's all it means. And if you ask a lot of mulattoes, they will not consider offensive term. That was the mistake that I made. Okay.
But if you ask a lot of mulattoes, they don't like that term. They don't like the term biracials.
Okay. Well, I'm sure that they have.
And the same people, that was the whole argument about in the space in the first place. And also they were trying to put other people who was not even biracial in the first place in the mulatto category, which is inaccurate. It's inaccurate.
Yeah. And of course, I'm not going to mention who. And of course, we have certain YouTube creators who are very proud of the term, and they are sharing their experiences, they're sharing their knowledge. Okay. Yes. So, I mean, and again, people should be allowed to self-identify as they see fit. And I've seen content from certain mulattoes. Some of it is quite good. Others is like, let's
I
just
mean,
say,
you could call whatever the hell you want. Like there's people that's calling themselves like an animal these days, a dog or something like that. But just don't force your opinions on other people.
you know what? That was something I talked about earlier in the stream. I mean, you can address this. I mean, if you want to call yourself a bush, fine. Don't try to enforce your stupidity on me.
Okay, because all of this, everybody has their own experience, their own heritage. You cannot just lump somebody into that category when you're just trying to force them into something like. No, it don't work like that way.
Look, when you're talking about the biracial community or mixed community, you have a lot of subgroups. You have Blasian, you have MGM, you have MLS, you have Afro-European, um, you have Creole. Um I don't know if Golden Spear exists. I don't know. Uh, I mean, you have
The
multiple.
Golden Spear was the name of the space where it was mixed and light skinned people. Space, which that don't exist no more in my opinion anymore.
Well, I know for a fact that Gigi and Multi got a little grief when they invited Latinos into their platforms or Black
Yep.
people on their platforms.
They
Who
got grief
did?
when they allowed MGMs in the space. Some people just wanted strictly mulatto sphere.
You know what? That's how they want to run their platforms. Fine. I mean, I will never tell anyone how they run their platform. I will not police their platform. And I definitely don't want anyone to try to police my platform. Okay. Because there was another YouTube creator that tried to get me from allowing Georgia into the platform. Okay. Because of whatever accusations. So, of course, I did the logical thing. I asked for receipts. The person didn't have any. So, guess what? Not only did I not ban Georgia from the platform, I made him a mod. So,
You'll have people here telling people who to hang with, who not to hang with.
yeah, it's, you know what? It's like, it makes, look, I get it. People have beefs with other people. I get it. Okay. But like I said before, and I'm going to say it, and I'm going to keep repeating it again. If you're having a beef with someone that's in the chat or on the panel, the options are if you cannot speak cordially, speak with other people on the panel or other people on the chat. If you cannot do both, guess what's going to happen? You're going to be blocked. You're going to be removed. You're going to be put on timeout. Okay? But I am not going to have this going back and forth. I am not going to play referee, particularly now when I'm 5 days away from surgery. So I got enough on my plate already. I don't want to have to deal with trying to play referee just because two people cannot speak cordially to each other and cannot speak with the other members of the panel or the chat.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean let me tell you something. That's a serious issue, and of course I did address it as well. But this going back and forth, I mean, look, if you want to get on my bad side, keep it up. I'm not asking everyone. Look, if you cannot be cordial with each other, then speak with the other people on the chat or on the panel.
They still fighting? They still fighting in the chat?
No, it seems like it calmed down. It's just that, like, look, I get it. Not mentioning names. There are people that sometimes they have issues with other people, and sometimes they call them names, and sometimes they think narratives that they're not, and have certain beliefs that they don't have. I mean, I don't censor, but yet at the same time, I don't allow people to go back and forth on my chat or on my panel. Because if I like that, next thing you know, the crazy is gonna come over here, and they're not gonna carry their stupidity over here. No, thank you. I deal with enough stupidity as is. Speaking about stupidity, the next thing I'm gonna be talking about is what I euphemistically call stressor ride.
So how long you gonna be out for the surgery, Jose?
Okay, I'm gonna be away from work for 2 months.
Huh?
Okay. I'll be away from work for 2 months.
Oh.
And which is not that bad, because when I had my left knee done the first time, I was out for 3.5 months. When I had my right knee done, I was out for 2.5 months. So the fact I'm going to be out for 2 months, I guess medicine has progressed. Okay. So I'm going to be spending a lot of time doing rehab, doing exercises and what have you. The good news is I have time to book, so which I'll still be in payroll. Plus, I will get short-term disability.
Yep.
Okay. Now, let me explain what Accessorify is. It is a shared vehicle service for New Yorkers who are physically disabled or for whatever reason are not able to use public transportation. So what they do is they usually request a pickup time at a certain time, and then hopefully the vehicle will come close to that pickup time. Now, the reason why I call them stressor ride is because either they come in too early, they come late, or they don't come at all. There have been times I have drivers that do not speak English or Spanish, which means I have to use a language, and I can't even use a language app because I don't know what language they speak. And I remember one driver. He tried to get me to sit in the back seat of a small car where there was not enough room, and the driver would not allow me to sit in the front right side. And then the driver tried to move the vehicle when my back leg was outside.
Yep. You better take a break from YouTube also.
Believe me, if it gets to that point, I will. Okay. I know certain people that take breaks for whatever. The end report has a habit of taking 3 or 4 month sabbaticals from YouTube, and then trying to come back like nothing happened.
Mm-hmm.
But
no name mentioned.
Yeah, well, I said it. Well, whatever. But look, this is my thing. Like I said, I've been dealing with Accessorify since September. So it's like, and the thing is, I'm gonna be needing Accessorify to get around, because there's no way I'm gonna try to get on the subway with a walker.
Yep.
So of course, I'm going to do what I can. So do my rehab. So basically, I can say goodbye to my walker, and I can say goodbye to my cane. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to depend on stressor line to get from point A to point B. It is what it is. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about is, the gender wars. It seems like this is something that comes up every so often. And it's usually the same people going on and on and on and on. Okay. Now, one thing that we see on social media, particularly TikTok. I mean, I remember some time ago, women were asked if you were in the woods and if you had the choice to be with a man or with a bear, who would you choose? A lot of these women say on particularly TikTok, that they would prefer the bear. So you prefer to be with an animal that's several hundred pounds, that's considerably taller than you, can rip you to shreds and eat you like a candy bar, than to be with a man.
Crazy.
Make that make sense. Okay.
Crazy.
Oh, they're talking about. Oh, now the latest thing is why men don't approach them. Well, hello, you've been saying for the last whatever years that you are independent, you don't need a man, you can pay your own bills, that so on and so forth. Now you want a man, okay? You want a traditional male, but you don't want to be a traditional female.
Can't speak on that one, Jose. Me, in my opinion, I'm gonna probably say both genders act like that, but I can't speak on that.
No, believe me.
Any ladies in the chat?
Well, the only lady in the chat was Diti Juju. I don't know if she's still in the chat. But this is my thing. Look, and I've said this before and I'll say it again. You have both sexes that make unrealistic demands on the opposite sex. Okay? For the women, or let's put it this way, some of the women, they want a guy that's 6 feet tall, that has a six-pack, making a six-figure salary with no kids. Meanwhile, you have some women that have 2 or 3 or 4 baby mamas and what have you, and all of a sudden, they want this man to be stepdaddy and then not ask to have any children with her.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the opposite side, you have men that want women to be in hourglass shape, want to be perfect, and they want a low body count. Okay. First of all, I know very few women will actually confess the number of people they engage in intercourse. First of all, it's really none of your business. Okay. It becomes your business if you're with the chick and the chick is getting her activity somewhere else. But we don't, look, it doesn't, it's like asking someone to give information and you have no way to verify it. And plus, women can say anything. One woman can say they can have 10 bodies when they have 1,000 bodies.
Yeah, I try to stay away from those channels, like those gender wars things. Those things can get real toxic. That's why I always say, I'm gonna speak for the men, the young men. Y'all need to stay away from those channels. Go outside, get some grass.
Look,
those channels can poison your head. Social media sometimes can poison your head.
And you know what? When I see it on TikTok, it's like the breeding ground for these wackos to say whatever. I remember there was this one female TikTok person who was almost as big as me, who considered herself a 10, that expects the guy to pay for the entire day, expects the guy to pay for her Uber to get to the date and the Uber to go home, plus whatever place they want to eat, which is going to be a 5-star restaurant.
And that's always been the case. And that's always been like the case. The man always paid for the dates, and And I don't know about the Uber thing because I know usually people just drive. So
Look, let me tell you something. As a person that's morbidly obese, okay, I have no. Hey, I'm 244, so that's morbidly obese in my book. So you can just imagine someone that's 500, 600 pounds.
Jose, you don't think fat girls need love too?
They do, but the thing is, they need to be realistic in who they can get. Like me, for example, I'm 61 years old. I have no business trying to holler at some 30-something chick. I don't. Realistically, I should be trying to approach women like in their early 60s or their 50s. Maybe late 40s. Maybe. But I have no business trying to holler at some 30-year-old chick. Okay?
Have you seen the coach of New England, Bill Belichick, with the 25-year-old girl? He's in his 70s. Coach Belichick.
Yeah. Well, you know what? But let's keep it real. I mean, how many people have his money?
Exactly.
Okay, now, I mean, I look at it. Okay,
It's weird. That's his granddaughter. That's not even his kids. That's his grandkids. He got grandkids that age.
look, let's keep it real. Okay, when it comes to molting, I'm almost old enough to be her grandfather.
What happened?
I said, look at molting. I mean, I'm almost old enough to be her grandfather.
Yeah, you are. You're old enough to be my grandfather.
Okay, but you know what? The difference is, I'm realistic. If I was single, I have to shoot for women that's close to my age. And actually,
Yep.
you have some beautiful women in their 50s and 60s. Okay, because these women actually they took the time to take care of themselves. They didn't let themselves go to pieces. They didn't blow up like a beach ball, and what have you. So, and of course, they don't have to worry about getting pregnant.
Mhm.
So, and I think, like I said before, that's a problem that both men and women have. They have unrealistic expectations on the opposite sex. The best thing they can do is try to be realistic and know what they.
Because of social media,
Yeah,
especially when young people, especially okay, you got young girls my age having unrealistic expectations, and the dudes too.
yeah.
Have you ever seen those balloon dating shows on YouTube?
Oh yes, I've seen it, and it's like I'm sorry, but some of those, and then use the term ladies loosely, you know, quotation marks. Some of those expectations is like, you know what? Remember the words of the late great Kevin Samuels. Get a dog and die alone.
I mean, just get somebody that's equally yoked with you.
I know that Irby, the problem is that makes too much sense.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there. Okay. And like I said before, fat people need love, but fat people need to be realistic. Speaking about fat people, there's this.
Well, fat men are realistic. I don't know about the fat women.
Well, there is this female YouTube creator that looks like she's almost twice as big as me. She complains about that the seats are too small, that the hallways are too small, that that the hotels and the businesses are not accommodating to morbidly obese people. In fact, she has created a petition, Hector Airlines, that the basically create wider seats, that they should get free seats and all of that. And it's like, excuse me. First of all, the reason why that you're fat because you let yourself go.
Was she trying to like write a letter to the company or like
No,
senators, governor?
she got a petition trying to create a law that's saying that the airlines must build bigger seats and they must offer free seats so they be comfortable. That the hallways in the motel must be wider. So you mean you're too? So in other words, you cannot shamu yourself down the hallway. And what happened is that creates the illusion that all fat people are the same. I got news for you. No. Some of us actually no.
You can hear me,
Some of us,
Jose?
yeah, I can hear you. Some of us take
Yeah,
accountability.
okay, yeah, I'm on 1%. So if you see me drop down, don't mind. Yeah. All
No,
right.
it's okay. I know you're using your Obama phone to do
No,
that.
you trying to be funny? Don't play, Jose.
No, but you know what? Look, let me just say this. And then trying to talk about their face discrimination. You created your own situation by not having the discipline to watch your weight.
Yeah.
Okay. And I actually did a stream about it a couple months ago, where I actually have Visions of Asia to opine, and actually she was the one that inspired me to get into the topic. And I just say, hey, I'm overweight. I know I'm morbidly obese. Okay. The difference is I know I have a problem and I'm addressing it. That's the difference. But these people that weigh 400 or 500 pounds and then not only try to correct the problem, but expecting society to accept them.
Well, they are like a lot of people, but like it's a lot of people. Like, let's be honest with you, it's mostly men that's trying to be like a little soft towards the bigger women, in my opinion. But women are more critical of overweight women, and
Well, okay.
especially the fitness trainers.
I mean, think about it, Irby. You have the choice between two women. You have one woman in your age range that's healthy or appears to be healthy, or you have another woman that weighs like about 600 pounds. Which one, the other two, you going to approach?
The fitness one.
And it's perfectly natural because you know why? Because what we get attracted is their beauty.
Yeah.
Okay.
The same way women, and I know people, y'all can disagree with me in the chat. Women, y'all can disagree with me in the chat or in the playback game. Women don't like fat men either.
Well, I'll say this much: there are
Unless you
women,
big pun or Biggie or something, but that's, we know those tend to be famous men. So
well, you know what? There are women that love obese men, and there's a couple of men that love obese women because I guess I don't know if they're sexy or they're curvy or whatever. You know what? Whatever. But I just want to remind people that the description to Gigi's backup channel it's in the description. So I'm going to ask that you please click on, check out her content, and subscribe to the
yeah,
channel.
y'all check out Gigi's backup channel.
Yeah,
Subscribe, comment, leave a comment.
yeah, exactly. Because
Y'all check out Moti's channel. Y'all check out Don Armando's channel, TT Juju,
yeah. Okay. Well, you know what?
the Malaysian King.
Yeah. You know what? That's fine. That's fine. But I'm sure your wife is realistic as far as her expectations. Okay, it's just that again, not all women are like that. Not like all men are like that. Just something that I'm just saying. So the last thing I'm going to be talking about is as a person that's going to be out of work, there's certain
Jose,
services
you
I
ever
need.
think about doing a backup channel, having a backup channel?
Actually, I have a second channel.
Yeah, I know.
The problem is it's kind of hard now because I'm actually trying to create content on 2 channels. To do a third channel, it's a lot of work, and no. And I figured as long as I don't do anything crazy like some of these bozos and call YouTube creators everything but a child of God. Basically, my other channel, if necessary, it could be a backup channel.
Mhm.
You know what? We're all gonna have haters. That's the reality. People are gonna hate us for our content, or people are gonna hate us with the people that we hang with. That's the reality. And to be a YouTube creator these days, you're gonna have to have a thick skin and realize that you have to deal with people who should be placed in a 72-hour involuntary observation period, placed in a rubber room with a straight jacket.
The circus.
Yes. So, that's why I call the circus a circus, because they act like a bunch of clowns. So, Irby, when you gonna stop producing content on your channel?
I don't know, Jose. I'm really honest with you. Maybe if I get a laptop, and I'm contemplating, like, should I really start a channel? And what I'm gonna do the content of? Should I just do it on mixed and light skin topic, or I should do it both with more diverse, with also add other things into the content? Because I don't want to do like the mixed and light skin content, because I don't want to attract crazy people on.
Well, you know what? There's a lot of things you can do. You can
Kind of want to do it like you and Gigi's channel, like, okay, but just do videos.
You can do that. You can do that, and that's the beauty part, Irby. You dictate what gets on your platform. Okay.
But
You can also do politics. You can also do sports. If you
yeah,
are
but if I do
into,
that, if I just do the videos, I want to do it on a laptop. I don't want to do it on my phone. I don't like doing everything on this
okay.
phone.
Like I said before, depending what you're looking for on a laptop, you can get one for as little as $200, basically, on Best Buy or any computer store.
Oh, and also I'm focused. Oh, I got it. I got the interview. I got an interview on Friday, Jose.
Oh, good luck. I'll keep you in prayer.
Yep, at 9 a.m.
Okay. Good luck to you.
Yep.
Yeah. I did spoke with Gigi this earlier today. I'm glad to see that she's doing well and things of that nature. But I'll say this, look, and I said this to Gigi, and I'm going to say it again. When it comes to Gigi and Multi, either you love these two or you hate these two. There's no in between.
Shout out to Gigi and Multi. Love the support, y'all.
Yep. Okay. But then again, they're the baby mamas, you're the sin, and I'm the old, lonely, senile white guy.
They're hypocritical on that baby mama too, because all you see on their channel is they're promoting celebrity baby mamas.
So basically, Gigi and Multi was celebrity. They will be praising them.
Exactly. All you see. I don't know if you heard about the basketball player who just won the championship, Jason Tatum.
No. What about him?
Him and his girlfriend are expecting a kid, and all of a sudden, which they're not married last time I checked. So, and all you see is these certain people are praising her, and praising the couple, which they're the same people that they don't like baby mamas.
And I'm sure if you try to address that point with these individuals, they'll either not say anything or they'll just give you BS.
Yep.
Okay. Well, you know what? Let the circus be the circus. And of course, I have another term for these people. I call them the mentally and intellectually challenged because they are challenged mentally, they are challenged intellectually. They cannot hold a relatively normal conversation without going into a bunch of uh, negative terms and calling people anything but a child of God.
Yep.
So, of course, this is a circus-free zone. So, the last thing I'm going to be talking about is, of course, navigating services. Okay, that's something you all have to deal with when you're going through a type of procedure. One of the things I'm trying to do is I have meals delivered to my home, so therefore I don't have to cook, particularly the first week or so. What I did was I bought some frozen TV dinner or frozen meal dinners, so I'll be eating on that because there's no way I'm going to do any cooking on a walker.
Also,
Plus,
I will let.
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, I'll let all of y'all know when I have the channel. I'm just gonna make it. It just probably be. I just probably just gonna pop up one day with it. I'm not gonna let. I'm not gonna say right here in public because people be looking at. They're gonna find out anyway. So.
Yes, and of course, we all know you're gonna have haters, and we all know basically the same. I mean, it's gonna be basically another rehashing of a bad rerun.
Mhm.
Okay. But you know what? It
Do
is
you have
what
an
it
email
is.
update?
Yes, it is. It's let me just actually it's in the description. Let me just give me a moment. Just give me a moment. It's just
I'll
typing
be
in
pinning in the chat or in the comment section.
I usually don't give my email because the last thing I want is some wacko trying to,
Oh,
Oh, okay. That is my email, but believe me, if any of the wackos try to email me, guess what? You guys are gonna get blocked. Okay, I'm seem to be having trouble with Twitch. I don't know why. Okay, but then again, no one really watches in Twitch. So now you have my email, and I think we just lost Irby because his phone is probably at 1%. So I don't know if it's gonna hop on. But in any case, I'm gonna stop to wrap this up. Now, the thing about when I do open discussion, I do talk about many things, but I also encourage the audience to opine about it. And if we do have a disagreement, we can resolve it as adults. I think there was a pretty good stream. Again, I usually don't do 2 streams a day. It happened that way. But as always, a huge shout out to all those who appear in the chat. You shout out for Irby who hop on. Now, I will be loading shorts videos basically every day. Okay, so my next stream is going to be on Wednesday at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, and the topic would be how to prepare for surgery, which is something that's relevant, particularly to me. So what I'm going to do is basically it's going to be based on my own personal experiences, um, what I did, okay, and it could be scary, to be perfectly honest, when you're facing surgery, particularly if you're talking about a major procedure, whether it be a knee replacement, hip replacement, open heart surgery, anything like that. I get it. That's what I figured. But anyway, I'm getting ready to wrap this up early. So so basically, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be discussing how you can properly prepare for surgery. Okay. It's not going to take away all the anxiety, but you'll be better prepared. Okay. So with that being said, I'll be live Wednesday at 9 o'clock, and then Thursday, which will be the last stream before my procedure, I'm going to be doing funny moments on the channel. So basically, this is a week where I'm not going to be doing a whole bunch of research. That's going to be for next week, and things of that nature. And as always, you're more than welcome to enter your comments in the chat. No, after the stream is over, just try to keep it respectable, because not I'm going to delete it. So. That's totally up to you. That's totally up to you. Okay. Some people they have a character on their avatar. Other people, as I choose to have my face there. Okay. So that's totally up to you. You do what makes you feel comfortable. But in any case, I will wrap this up by saying we must do everything possible to avoid the presence of the mentally and intellectually challenged, because if we fail to do so, we will be infected by their stupidity and massive insanity. This has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Wishing you good night, take care, peace, and have a productive week. Bye.